taxes and penalties, what are the steps for opening an account, transferring funds from AT&T, and completing the paperwork correctly?
Yeah, great question. So as I mentioned at the very beginning, or during the presentation today anyway, we use Charles Schwab as a custodian. And so we would set your account up at Charles Schwab. So we would send you some paperwork to open up an IRA there. And then once we do that, of course, the check that you get sent from the pension usually comes to you somewhere in the neighborhood of 6 to 8 weeks after you leave the payroll. Well, I should say after you commence your benefit. So you could leave the payroll and not do anything with your pension if you choose. But it takes about 6 to 8 weeks to get your check, and then you would submit the check to our office and we would get it deposited into your account. And then, of course, take the necessary steps to invest the money appropriately based on your goals and objectives and your cash flow analysis that we ran for you with respect to how much income you're going to get, et cetera. And then as far as the transferring of funds, of course, the pension is just one of the potential buckets of monies that you have. If you have participated in the 401k and we haven't advised you that you should leave your 401k there because of something like post 55 separation, as an example, then what we would do is we would make a phone call to Fidelity because that's a different process. And so what we talked about today was the paperwork process to get your pension completed and commenced. But there's a separate process that requires a phone call to Fidelity to roll your 401k over. And depending on if you have after-tax money in there or not, or if you have AT&T shares in there or not, would dictate what options that you have on the monies that are inside your 401k and getting that to the IRA that we would establish. So that's the process. We would send you some paperwork to open up the IRA and then take the necessary step depending on if you have a pension and or 401k to get those funds in there.